Hey guys, what's happening? Uh, Happy Thursday to everybody. Today we're going to learn about percent increase and percent decrease. Our learning target for today is to solve problems about percent increase, percent decrease, markups, and discount, which we'll get to a little bit later. So here's the formula to solve percent increase and percent decrease problems. So this is the formula you're going to want to keep going back to, having this portion of your notes out when you're working out your worksheet problems. So the formula is you find the difference of the two numbers given in the problem. So you're taking a subtraction problem of the new amount and the original amount. And then you are dividing it by the original amount. And then once you do that, you times it by 100 to get the percent change. So if you follow those steps each time, you should get the correct answer. So let's break down the formula. Step 1, subtract your two numbers given in the problem. Step 2, divide by your original amount by step 1. And then finally, step 3, multiply by 100 to get your percent increase or decrease. All right, so let's look at an example problem here. The average credit card in the United States in 2014, credit card debt in 2014 was $5,516, and it increased to $6,040 by 2018. So we know that 6,040 is greater than 5,516, so this is a percent increase problem. So how do I know what the original amount is? Well, 5,516 is the original amount because the year 2014 comes before the year 2018, so it happened first. So it has to be the original amount. All right, so here is me using our formula. So I take our two numbers given in the problem and always take the bigger one and subtract the smaller one from it. So 6,040 minus 5,516. And then we're going to divide that by the original amount, which is this number right here. So look, guys, you're only using the two numbers in the problem. So you're subtracting them from each other and then dividing by the original amount. And then you times it by 100 to get it into the percent. Well, this one comes out a little nasty, 9.49996, and it keeps going. So we're going to round this to the nearest tenth place. So I know that the 4, this 4 right here, is in the tenths place. So I look at the number behind it to see if I round up or keep it the same. So the number behind the 4 is a 9. So that is greater than 5 or above. So that's going to tell me to round this 4 up. So this is going to become my final answer, which will be a 9.5% increase from 2014 to 2018. Notice how I answered that problem. Example 2. The average NBA player in 2020 is 26 years old and stands 6'7", weighs roughly 219 pounds, and plays a little less than 5 seasons. The average age of an NBA player in 2000 was 28 years old. So I give you some extra information here about like 6'7", 219 pounds, less than 5 seasons. Really, the only two numbers you're looking at are 26 years old and 28 years old. How do I know what the original amount is? 28 is the original amount because the year 2000 comes before 2020, so it happened first. So again, take my two numbers, a bigger one, subtract from my smaller one, and I get 28 minus 26, and then I divide it by the original amount, which was 28, because that's the year 2000, it happens before 2020, times it by 100. I get a little nicer decimal this time. This one actually terminates. So I get 7.14285, but we don't want to leave it like that, guys. We're going to round to the nearest tenth place again, and I'll always tell you what place I want you to round these to. So it says I know that the 1, so this right here, is in the tenths place. So I look at the number behind it, which is a 4. So 4 is going to tell me to keep this 1 the same. So my final answer will be a 7.1 decrease in the average age of an NBA player from 2000 to 2020. All right, now we're going to get some good stuff here where we actually are going to do this problem. In 1990, an average NFL salary was $422,149. Though some players like Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Carson Wentz, and Drew Brees make north of $25 million per year, the average NFL player today makes about $860,000 a year. What is the percent increase in players' salary from 1990 to 2020? Okay, so when we look at this, I'm going to change the color font here. And okay, so we got two numbers. So I'm going to take the bigger one, which is 860,000, and I'm going to subtract it from 422,149. Now I got to decide which number is going to go underneath to divide by. So 1990 obviously comes before present day here. So this is going to be our original amount, 422,149. Okay, then outside of that, we're going to multiply this by 100. See if I can make this any bigger. Okay. So this is, I'm doing this math authentically here. So 860,000, I punch that into my calculator. Get yourself a calculator if you don't have one, guys. $8.99 at Meijer plus sales tax minus 422,149, and that gets me a number, which you can't see because it was too small. Then I'm going to divide by my original amount, which was 422,149, and that will give me a number, and then I multiply it by 100, so I get 100.3 and then 719,5398. Okay, then it terminates. Well, guys, you know from the above example problems, we don't want to leave it like this. So we're going to round to the nearest tenth place, which is this 7. Look behind it, it's a 1, so it tells me to keep the 7 the same. So this is a pretty crazy increase. So there has been a 103.7% increase in the average NFL player's salary from 1990 to 2000. So over 100% increase, which is, pretty wild. So, all right, let's take a look at example 2. I'll give you some time to work it out. We're going to be looking at a percent decrease problem here. The first DVD player came out in the United States, states, in 1997 for around $600. You could also get one for up to $1,000, depending upon which version you got. By 2003, the price of an average DVD player dropped to around $50. What was the percent decrease in the price of a DVD player from 1993 to 2007? All right, so I'm going to change my font, and I'm going to hit new equation, put this in here. Okay, so I'm going to take my 600, and I'm going to subtract it from my smaller number. Now this time, obviously 1997 comes before 2003, and the number attached with 1997 was the original amount, which is 600. And then we end up timesing that by 100 to get the percent. So 600 minus 50 we know is 550, and then divide that by 600, and we'll get a number, and we're going to multiply that by 100, and we end up with 91 point, and then the calculator will round it off. Okay, so it tells me it's 91.6 repeating. So I'm going to round to the nearest tenths place. So the 6 tells me to bump that up. So there has been a 91.7% decrease in the price of DVD players from 1997 to 2003. So you can see it didn't take very long for those DVD players to drop in significant price. So my last question here in the guided notes is, why do you think the price dropped so quickly? And I'm going to let you answer that. All right, guys. Once you get this all finished, you're going to come up and you're going to get the follow-up sheet that is going to allow you to try to solve a couple of these problems to see if you can show us that you're an expert.